Okay, I think we're ready.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Thanks everybody for being here. Going to try to have a good show today. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1.
Mom, can I have a popsicle?
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey, parents, tired of those out-of-control kids?
Right now, I'm thinking about holding another meeting in bed.
The morning stream. Prepare the virgin. I don't like the sound of that.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to TMS. It's the morning stream for Thursday, November 7th, 2024. I'm Scott Johnson, and that is Brian Ibbett. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Scott. Happy Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday.
I got a message because I guess we talked about it pre-show and haven't really talked about it, but somebody sent me a message that says, I think Brian's wearing a wireless headset. And I said, he is. Mm-hmm. So, and I said, I'll probably ask him tomorrow about it. Look at him. Look at him. Look at that.
Look at that.
Do you see this?
Look at that. I could go over here. I could go over here.
Somebody please give me this video so I can make a GIF, please. That's great GIF material. Holy shit.
Good.
But that's great. Tell people what you ended up with because it looks like it fits and works and all that shit.
Yeah, this is great. Let me grab the box. This is... Oh, box is way over there. This is the Turtle Beach Stealth. What number is it? Oops.
Is it written on there? Oh, he can't hear me now. Brian can't hear us. Do. He can't hear us. I can say what I want. I can say mean things, nice things, whatever I want.
You can't say mean things because I can't.
Dang it. I was going to say he's got 4 nipples and I won't tell you where the other 2 are.
That's right. I have nipples on top of others. This is it's the Stealth. I can't remember what version it is, but is the Turtle Beach Stealth. And it is, here's what's really cool about it. I'll put up to the camera here. Here's what's cool, simultaneously cool, and also a thing you really have to get used to.
All right.
Is it connects up, so you've got little USB dongles, 2 of them. You can plug one into your computer, one into your PlayStation, Switch, Xbox, whatever.
Sure.
And hear both at the same time,
Ooh.
Which is really cool. Also, Bluetooth to your phone. And what's great, and also, again, the thing you have to get used to, is that there are so many dials and buttons on this thing.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's more. It's more over on this side. Like this. Look at all these buttons and dials and.
Jeez.
Like,
how do you not hit one of those by accident or something? Just
I constantly do. I accidentally do all the time. It's like, and you can adjust 3 volumes, like your phone, your game, your PC, all that stuff, which is great as soon as you get used to where they are, where each of those are. So I like trying to adjust volumes, but everything. I'm really loving this. These guys are a new sponsor for Coverville, so not this week, but next week or the week after, you'll start hearing their ads on Coverville, or me doing their ads on Coverville. I'll talk about how there's too many buttons. There's just too many buttons on this thing.
We had them on the instance years ago, and I still use one of their headsets so when Carter does her part of the Monday show over here, she's hooked into one of those.
Turtle Beach.
And it's wireless, but we can also wire it. Or it has an input for that. I'm sure yours does probably too. There's probably an input. No input.
I mean,
so they've changed over the years, I guess. That makes sense.
Unless it comes through USB-C. Like if I can plug it directly USB-C into my computer, and not only is it charged, but it's also going to give me 0 latency. I mean, right now it's a millisecond of lag, just a millisecond. So
yeah. That's good.
Not even an echo.
We were talking the other day about how bad echo can be, but if you're only off by, there's like a real sweet spot. If it's just a little bit, it's almost like a comforting echo, not an echo, but more like it
is.
You're in a little special place.
Room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can feel the walls around you, and it smells nice, and the mailman came and brought me something cool in this little room I'm in, and I got my comfort television shows in here. That kind of room.
Exactly. Disturbed Angel, I'm sure there will be a discount with the the Turtle Beach stuff. So keep an eye open for that. Let me take a look now and just see, because I can look ahead to the ads.
Also has a removable mic stem, right? You've taken yours out, but there's a mic in there as well.
Yeah, right. I mean, it removable as far as like it comes out, like I can just extend it.
Oh,
now.
there it is. Okay. Oh, that's even better because you can tuck it away.
Yeah,
that's an improvement. Yeah, my old one it's removable, but it doesn't have a place to put it. So if I keep it in, it's like sort of hanging out, and
I had that with my Blizzard one. I had the Blizzard World of Warcraft. I think they were Bluetooth as opposed to Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
and they had a microphone that you disconnected that you actually pulled out.
Yeah,
and I don't know where. I'm sure that's in a drawer called audio items in an IKEA box called audio items, but I don't know where it is right now. But let's see. Offer code is Coverville. What is the offer? Now through your Cyber Monday, level up your game, shop the biggest sale of the year. Turtle Beach Pod.
One headset per week for the rest of your life. That's the offer. You get one new headset every week. Yeah.
There we go. For a limited time, head to turtlebeach.com to get access to their site-wide holiday sale. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them and tell them Coverville sent you. Use the code Coverville in the thing to say that you bought from them. But this is the 700. There we go.
Oh, 700 series.
Stealth 700 has the industry's first ever cross-play dual wireless transmitter system, which means you can seamlessly switch between your consoles and your PC with just the click of a button.
Oh my Lord. We live in the future.
Yeah.
In some ways in the past, but somewhat in the future. Woo!
Future. We've gone into the past for one thing.
Yeah,
well, probably a lot of things.
Maybe a few things. But some of it is we're in the future.
The future.
Quick thing I learned. I want to know if this will work for other people. We've made a real effort, and we'll continue to make an effort. Unlike what happened in 2016, I kind of lost my mind, and I spent a lot of time venting about that on shows. We've made a pretty concerted effort here, Brian and I. And I can tell you across sort of all the Frog Pants stuff, it's just not going to be a topic. We're here to have fun. We're here to entertain. We're here. You guys it's not like you're being informed about this. You know what's up. You live in the world we live in. The important thing is that we do fun stuff, and we got a community, and we have a great time. We laugh while we're doing it. That's the main focus.
You need this escape as much as we do.
Yeah.
And so that's why we will not talk about that thing that we hate.
Yeah,
and,
we're keeping it out of the discussion. It's just not happening.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Now here's the thing, though. I did want to share one tiny piece of advice that just worked for me. This is just a personal thing. I put it up on Threads and Blue Sky, so you may have already seen this. And if you did, great. I even put a link there. But I did a thing yesterday that was surprisingly cathartic, and it will explain why I'm actually in a pretty good mood today. Because yesterday I was in a shit mood yesterday. All of us were.
Gummies. Awesome.
Yeah, gummies are the answer. No, that's not it.
Like Tyson ear gummies.
Here's what I did, and I was on a weird fluke, but I just said to myself, where everybody's fretting about it, or maybe you're happy about it, whatever you are right now, it's easy to get blinded by just the immediacy of everything, right? It's just all happening. And this is probably true of years ago, also, when I used to do this years and years ago. But like around 9/11, I did this. I go back, and I just find a good, reputable, by-the-numbers historical record of our country, and I start from the beginning. It's like, all right, well, Britain did this, 1500s, they started the colonies. It's a lot earlier than people think, and that went on for a really long time, like 1500s all the way up to 17, whatever it was. A long time, before we declared our independence. So being reminded of that, and knowing that there was like these other articles that were essentially a proposed constitution happened that were scrapped. Those are interesting to read about. Little bits and pieces, and then you go forward into, all right, Washington this and Jefferson that, and then this and this, and this is when this happened in the history of the country, and then all the way up to current, or all the way up to kind of COVID. Is the historical record that I was digging around through. The reason I'm telling you this is because there is a really weird catharsis that comes from taking a moment to just look at the bigger picture, not just the immediacy of everything or the right now of everything. Look at it from a broader, more bird's eye view. And it doesn't change anything about what you should feel or what action you feel like you should take or any of those things. This isn't like an excuse to ignore anything. It's just a perspective thing. It's easy to feel like depending on who you are, you might feel like you are living in the worst possible timeline. But if you go read history, and not just U.S. history, world history, some really dark stuff, some really good stuff, a lot of stuff in between, complicated, strange eras of time. Imagine what it must have been like. The indigenous folks here in this country got here coming down from the north around 1,500 years BC. And that's a long time to be here and be untouched. And then suddenly get so hardcore touched by all these explorers and like all that stuff just pushed out of the side. Like what an astounding moment of like, bam, hello, here's all these people coming to take your shit. And even that's too simple. Like there's a lot more to understand. The point of it is, I'm talking to the choir for a lot of people, but history is like a balm for me. It's great for me, and the more boring it is and the less commentary around it, the better. Like I just want to have this like, all right, in 6 or 18 whatever, the Louisiana Purchase insured this and that. Like there's something about it that really calmed me down yesterday. So I'm going to recommend it. That's all I'm going to say. Wherever you stand, however you're feeling, history is an interesting part of this, and if you're not paying attention to it, I feel like your perspective becomes so tunneled that it's just bad for you, or it's bad for me. I'm going to speak for myself. It's bad for me to do that. So I needed the perspective. I hope that helps somebody.
I will even add to that, emphasize that with a thing that I wasn't sure I was going to be able to use as a recommendal because I've got so much stuff that I've kind of got stockpiled to recommendal. But this week, Tina and I watched, instead of watching, we went and saw Wild Robot Tuesday night, but also instead of watching news reports on Monday night, last night, we watched a historical dramatization called Manhunt, which was awesome. This thing is fantastic.
I haven't heard of it.
7 episodes. It is Stanton chasing John Wilkes Booth after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. And
that's this story?
Thing,
fun.
Yes. And it's really, really good. It's fascinating. There's already so much stuff I didn't know about it. Didn't know how big of a dick Andrew Johnson was, but he's a huge dick.
Yeah, he's a giant dick. One of the biggest dicks of our history, really.
He really is. And but the cast in this thing is also pretty freaking amazing. Your dude from Midnight Mass, the priest.
Oh, I love him.
Hamish Linklater. Yeah, he's your Abraham Lincoln, and I did not recognize him until an episode in.
I could see that because he's tall, can wear that beard.
He's tall, and he's really got the demeanor to kind of pull that off. Yeah. You got Patton Oswalt in this thing. You've got the main guy, Edwin Stanton, is Tobias Menzies. Bad name. He's always in sync. He was your Prince Philip in
the Crown.
The Crown. I'm trying to remember which era though of the Crown. Oh. It was the more recent era of the Crown as opposed to the Claire Foy. Well, we know Claire Foy was Matt Smith. I'm trying to remember who it was in the Olivia Colman.
I'm convinced that Apple TV Plus does not know how to make a shitty TV show. They're really good at this. I mean, you can say what you want about Apple. I understand it has its haters, but their strictness about not putting anything bad up, like objectively bad, it's really impressive. Mileage may vary on series to series, but I've yet to run into anything that wasn't great. This is so far up my alley. Oh my gosh, I want to see this.
Yeah,
Looks
you're
great.
Gonna love this. And Glenn Morshower, you're a real hoot. Is Andrew Johnson?
No way, dude.
Yeah.
I love him so much. That's great.
Matt Walsh, who you know from a billion things.
That's
as soon as you
great.
pull
Listen,
him
you're a real hoot.
We love that guy.
Yes.
Love him.
Matt Walsh, who you know from Veep, from dude has been in so many things. You look at the guy and say, oh yeah, I totally know that guy. He's Dr. Harry Mudd in this, who's a guy who helped John Wilkes Booth escape. It's just so good. It is so well done.
I love stuff like that. I'm all in. I didn't even see. This is the only This is the only real problem Apple TV Plus has. They're very bad at getting the word out. They're not great at that. And I'd never even heard of it.
The problem might be because they put out so much stuff all at the same time. So this came out earlier this year, but it kind of got dwarfed by whatever else. Because I know there were a bunch of things as like, oh, this new Palm Springs deal and the Maya Rudolph loot thing, and then Manhunt.
Yeah. No, you're right. There's been a lot in a row that is easy to just get lost, and they don't have the high profileness that Netflix does. And
exactly. So anyway, quick recommendal.
Yeah.
Manhunt on Apple TV Plus.
Brian, friend of DeSoto 47, which also sounds historic somehow because DeSoto was a famous explorer.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
In our chat, in our Discord, he compiled another remix of Glitches. Would you?
I love this.
You heard this in the Discord. None of you, many of you might have, but I think this is worth playing here. So we're going to play it. All right. So enjoy this. This is a combination of glitches. I think one's from the Monday show, but the rest is from TMS, and it's a good time. So once again, let your talent fly. Here you go. Here's another one. I hear. Okay. Sorry about that.
Wow. Okay.
I can tell you what I was gonna say. Who did the
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, I can't even say.
No, can I get a point for identifying the movie with one strange noise?
Just going, wah!
Fake Capra, 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 fake.
I don't like streaming these.
Let me get my rave lights out.
Oh yeah, you got. Do you have a one? That's amazing. Does that show
it's
up?
too bright in here.
Yeah, let's see.
Alexa, turn off studio lights. Oh no, I just turned off everybody's studio lights.
Well, they probably just said, "I don't recognize the command."
Still too bright. Let's hide. You know what it is? It's our show notes are such a big white.
Oh, there you go.
Now you can see it.
Yeah.
Now you can see this puppy glowing.
Here, hold it behind you. Oh, there you go. It's blue.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the special sauce right there. It's got to be back here.
I love it. I love it. So good. Thank you, friend of DeSoto. You killed it, and I just think you guys are funny. That's all I'll say about that. All right, Brian.
Yes.
I love how the common theme in these remixes is the "Did you blower," which is not what I said.
Did you blower?
Did you blower?
Now I hear that all the time.
Yeah,
it's forever ingrained in my head.
I don't even know. I think I was asking you, did you get the blower for the? Yeah. That was it, right?
Yeah, the ego battery powered set of tools.
Yeah, and then and we also sorry, I'm all over the place with this, but somebody at home said I think our phones are listening to us because that ego brand thing is showing up in this guy's TikTok ads all the time.
Really? Okay, great.
And prior to hearing the episode, he says he never saw an ad for them. Suddenly after that episode, all over his TikTok. No. I don't know what it means. I'm not saying there's a conspiracy afoot, but maybe there is. Maybe there is.
Jeez. How do you, okay, quick question. Here, how about a quick technical question? Scott, how do you do you do your Google Notes in dark mode or light mode?
I do Oh, you mean like our show notes? I do them in light
Yeah,
mode.
our show.
Yeah.
You do them in light mode?
I do them in
Okay.
light mode.
I'm trying to
Because
figure out
dark mode's okay, but it really is so ugly to look at. It's just so...
It is
For a
hard to-
spreadsheet.
hard to-
Everything
especially-
else, no problem. But spreadsheets, for some reason, just look
Yeah,
bad.
I want to put this in dark mode and just see, because it washes. It's for my own looks. It's for my own vanity, Scott. It washes me out.
How do you, if you
That's what
don't...
I'm asking. How do I do it?
I guess I only did it once, and it was it browser based, or was it in the actual thing here? Settings.
I don't know.
Well,
Did you find settings?
I found something, but it's not helpful. It's only like 3 things, and it's not that.
Yeah.
There's probably it may have been browser wide, or
I get
something.
my YouTube stuff in dark mode.
Same, which I vastly prefer over white
Yeah,
mode.
me too.
I prefer, most of the time, I'm like dark mode guy. Love it. All across the board.
Same here. For everything else, and for spreadsheets, I'm typically put them in white, but I just want to see how hard it would be to get used to.
If anyone out
But
there
yeah,
knows
no,
how,
so
let
like,
us
I
know.
go to the top right. I click on my little face in the corner, and I only get, which account do you want to use?
Oh, you know what it was? I had to use a plugin for Firefox, and I didn't like it, so I got rid of it. That's what it was. So there may not be an intentional way to do
really?
it. If someone knows out there,
Yeah, tell us in the second half of the show when we have people call in.
yeah. Bumming Elephant says, "Is this the Windows tech support segment?" No, it's the Mac OS tech support segment. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, we got to catch up on some voicemails that have been piling up a little bit. I figured today was a great place to do it. And I'm going to start with this one because we love a good flub. If you guys call in and screw up, don't feel bad. It's fine. I'll still play it. And here it is.
Hey, Scott. This is for the morning stream. Sorry. Yeah.
That was it. That's the call.
So it really was for core.
Yeah.
Is the
It might have been, for all I know.
yeah.
Anyway, I love that.
That's great. I love it.
Here's a real one, though. This is a feud thing. A question about me and the way feud works. So here we go.
Hey, Scott and Brian. I'm okay. Listening to Wednesday's episode of the morning stream, and I often wonder to myself, not that there's anything wrong with this, but I often wonder to myself whether, like Kim and Carter, forget what day it is in the morning on Wednesdays, and then they just hear Scott screaming at the top of his lungs while playing the Tadpoley feud, and they just go, "Oh yes, it's Wednesday." Love the show, though. Okay, bye.
All right, so it's a good question. I asked Kim about it last night. She says that it isn't just Wednesday.
Yeah, no, it's anytime you play a video game. It's anytime you.
And if I get something wrong on Brian's games, here's an example. I'll go, "Oh shit!" like that. And there's absolutely no way they don't hear that. Carter's down here now, so she absolutely heard it. But I'm sure Kim heard it. They're used to it now. They don't care. It's fine. They just whatever. I'm down here talking.
Right.
And I'll be honest with you. It's not that I'm even that competitive. It's not a competitive thing for me. It's an intensity of the moment thing, which is why I get loud when we play any kind of games. So when I play a game with Brian, he gives me trivia and I don't get it right, I freak out because there's something primal about the experience and I can't help it. I honestly cannot help it.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys who can just go, "Oh, okay, I got that wrong." I can't do it. I don't know how to do that in the moment. So anyway, that's the deal there.
I enjoy it when I can bring that out of you, but but I do exactly the same thing in my head when I completely flub something like Jamie Lee Curtis. Of course, she was in Trading Places. And
sure, you understand
like
it, right?
Ago.
Yeah,
I understand it completely. I think years of doing pub trivia has made me realize I shouldn't do that in a public setting. So I just kind of, in this somewhat private setting of my house, even though it's a very public setting online, I still don't do it.
Yeah. It's good. You have good public training on this. I do not. And but even when we do like Frog Pants All-Stars at a Nerdtacular, I feel like I still got kind of loud if I got something wrong.
I am glad you do, because it makes listen, it makes your video game streams so much better. It makes these streams, the games in these streams. It would suck if we both did that, I think. So I'm glad one of us does it, and I'm glad it's you.
Yeah, I'm glad it's me. I'll be the one arrested for public disturbance if it ever comes down to it. So it'll be fun.
Exactly. And poor Mark Knopfler.
Yeah, the poor guy.
Be the same.
Poor guy. He's all right. He's got money for nothing and chicks for free. He'll be fine.
Ah!
All right, I'm going to play this one. I think this may even be the same dude. I can't remember, but it's about puppets and digital puppetry. Here we go.
Hey, March 5th and 6th. This is I'm okay from the
It is him.
Discord. I'm calling about the morning stream. I recently had a discussion with some friends about puppets, and we came to a conclusion ourselves that modern VTubing is digital puppetry. And much like the Muppets, there seems to be something for everybody. Just wanted to know your guys' thoughts on that. Love the show, though. Bye.
Okay, so we talked a little about, or I at least brought up VTubing. We didn't really dig in with Amy, but I think VTubing is basically head tracking. Some of it's more sophisticated and does like mouth movements and eyes and stuff like that. In a way, your phones will do it with the live avatar stuff. That's kind of VTubing in a weird small way. I think
your Wiimote, or not Wiimote, your Me on the Nintendo Wii would do that, right? Like you could get it to imitate your movements if you were in one of those social.
Oh, right, yeah. You would do mostly body stuff, but exactly though. But it's the same idea, right? Just
same thing, and really the same thing as those videos that Amy was nice enough to send us that had that video, like that instant live thing they were demonstrating to Adam Savage of the whole movements to make make live puppetry like that. So I think VTubing qualifies.
I think it can. Now, Brian Murphy says this. He says, no way, puppeteering is an art and it takes years of practice. That's true. So the guys doing the intricate real-time thing Brian just described, those are actual puppeteers using those years of experience to do the same thing they would normally do. It's just painted in a digital world, but it's still them doing all the movement, the hands, the heads, the reactions, the mouth to voice, all that stuff. So I just think there's grades of this. It's like, is a finger puppet with no moving parts and you going, hey everybody, I'm a finger puppet. Is that a form of puppetry? Yes. A very rudimentary on the ground kind of puppetry, real simple, but go from that to really articulated stuff. I mean, I feel like it's just a range.
I can put a Peeper's Puppets on my hand right now and go and it's puppetry, even though I don't have the years of talent and experience. Amy knows exactly what I was doing. I thought my Peeper's Puppet, I think it's somewhere in one of these drawers and I just couldn't find it. I've got a Spider-Man deck of cards. I've got a Brian Brushwood lock-picking set.
Yeah.
I learned how to lock-pick.
Yeah.
I've got mints from from burlesque 1930s some reason.
Yeah, awesome.
They taste like it.
I'll bet.
And I can't find my damn buckyballs. I have a little Diablo.
A little figure from the I forgot what they called those. I have that whole set somewhere.
Cupid Dudley, I think.
Yeah, it was one of the BlizzCons. They had those.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I bought a set that year. I don't know where mine are.
Let's just play a game like, what does Brian have in his drawer?
In his drawers. Wait a minute.
How about a little stormtrooper?
Oh yeah, look at him. He's cool. What's he standing on? What is that back there? Is that a?
Yeah, it's just a thing to help him from falling over. It's just like a little.
It's like a little tree stump or something.
A little square stand. Yeah.
That's cool. See, I would collect those because I love the stormtroopers. Yeah. Big fan.
Okay. Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah, we should have a new segment. Brian checks his drawers. Yep. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Scott Johnson poker chip.
Yep, poker chip. What's on the other side of that one? Same thing or a different face?
Hearts on both sides.
Okay.
And then this side is the frog pants.
I had a whole bunch that were misprinted, and they had like one side was the heart, the other side was like the club or whatever. And I don't know what happened to those. I might still have them actually. They were misprints at the factory. Super fun. Look at that, Bowser. Bowser and Diablo in the same drawer. That's trouble, dude.
And they're getting along. I think they're plotting. Really, is what they're doing in there.
Yeah, Peach, look out! Your time has come.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more call. This is from Biff, and Biff has some thoughts about screen cleaning.
Hey, screen and backlight. It's Biff Smith, currently of West Virginia, West by God, Virginia. Hey, Scott, you were talking about cleaning a screen on TMS. Very simple. Take a soft washcloth, like the softest washcloth, cleaning cloth, whatever, just, cotton or whatever you normally use. Super, super soft. Get it wet, get it real nice and wet, and wring the living hell out of it. Then wipe your screen, let it dry. Don't turn it on until it's good and dry. Easy peasy, lemon breezy. Love the show, though.
I wanted a lemon breezy. He had a new way of...
I think livin' breezy.
Oh.
Easy peasy, livin' breezy, I think is what he said.
That's awesome. That's a great news.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I want to live by that rule.
That's way better than the Japanesey, and it's even better than the Cheesey Weezy or whatever it is we do.
Right. Yeah, so that spray stuff that you've got, don't use it on a plastic monitor screen. That's for glass.
Right.
And then the water trick, I don't even put anything on it. It just takes a little bit more, a little bit more of a rub down. But I've got this super soft. Look how soft that looks.
Oh, that looks great. Soft. Yeah, I would put my yeah,
I don't even put water on it. I just basically.
It's like a little chode rest. That's enough for you. That's enough for you. See, one of the problems I have, and I don't want to be gross or anything, but my widescreen production monitor here that I use for shows and stuff, occasionally I get a little, spitty over here because I got excited or yeah. When I go shit like that, you're gonna get some whatever. That will work for that. You think you can really just okay
yeah. Right. You can still do the water stuff. Nothing at all wrong with that. Just turn stuff off, but. That's what I used when I was doing those laptops, getting those laptops in and out of the studio here to relocate.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
I would just basically put my hand behind the laptop screen and go without putting anything on it, and those things would be sparkling, reflective, beautiful.
Nice. All right. Well, I feel like I've had additional help. I still haven't wiped it down since we talked, so now it's time. I think I'll do it later today.
There you go.
Did you get nachos yesterday? I did. I made them.
I didn't.
Okay.
I went upstairs and Tina was back on another call and our mattress hadn't arrived yet, and so I needed to be. I couldn't leave the house and go to Qdoba and get nachos. So today, I know it's not nachos day, but I'm also not going to get nachos. I have to go to Grease Monkey and do the oil change thing. And right next to Grease Monkey is a Qdoba. So I'm going to pick up a burrito, go sit in the waiting room at Grease Monkey, eat my burrito, play some Pokemon Pocket TCG, and then drive away happy.
Nothing wrong with that. Everything you said sounds good. Yeah. I had nachos. I made them myself. We have just cans of jars of the queso that you buy all done. I don't know the brand. Maybe Tostinos.
Tostitos Tostitos I think makes a really good.
I think that's it. I think queso. That's what I use. Where's the brand? Took a bunch of that. Took a bunch of these really good restaurant style chips we always get at the Winco, and then put some pork on there. Found some olives, and what else did I use? I didn't do any cheese because I'm trying to cut back on the cheese there. So they were kind of real basic, but you put those.
Can it even be called nachos? If it's,
well, that's a good question. I don't know. Can it? Because maybe not. I mean, they literally have a flavor of cheese called nacho cheese. How do you separate nacho from cheese?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
maybe I didn't have nachos. That's a really good point. I don't know what I had. I had queso chips.
What is it called if you smother your chips in green chili or salsa like you did?
Yeah.
Doesn't that count as nachos? That's a good question.
I don't know.
It feels like it falls under the territory of is a hot dog a sandwich?
I hate that one. Yeah, but it does. So everybody out there who thinks they know, write in. Okay? We're bound to have some expert who's like, "Oh, I've made nachos for years and my recipe's featured in Martha Stewart's diary or whatever." Whoever you are, you let us know. Is a nacho without the cheese?
Does it have to be heated, for example? Is that something else that makes?
Yeah, is that required? Because I heated the queso, but I didn't. I guess the chips are kind of crispy too because I put them in the air fryer.
Oh, but you did have some queso on there.
Well, I guess the queso is cheese, right?
Yes. So if you said you had queso on there, you had cheese. So
100% had queso, so I did have cheese. Okay. But what I didn't do is sprinkly cheese that melts. Like I didn't do any of that.
You don't need that. You just
Okay.
cheese that goos is cheese.
Okay, so queso on there counts as a full cheese
queso
treatment.
Is cheese. Queso is literally the Spanish word for cheese.
Is it really?
I think so. Yes.
I didn't
Pretty
know
sure. 3 years of Spanish. I feel like I remember that.
I don't remember that at all. That's funny. Yeah, it's then I did. I had nachos. They were great. I recommend it.
Yeah.
Oh, is naan also? Is that like a?
Yeah, naan is bread. It's like you don't say naan bread. It's naan.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's like chai tea.
Naan
then
is the word for bread. Yeah, right.
I ordered a chai the other day, and I said chai. I didn't say chai tea, and I think I was proud of myself for not screwing that up. So that was all right.
Desiree is asking, Coverville, have you tried the trash can nachos in Vegas? If those are the ones at Nacho Daddy, then yes, I have, and they are so good. Nacho Daddy at Planet Hollywood.
Oh, I've never been. I'd like to try that. That sounds all right.
Really, really good. Oh my gosh, so good.
And Planet Hollywood's still there, right?
It's still there. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it still? It's still Planet Hollywood too. It hasn't. Yeah.
I thought it converted to something.
Oh, is there one off of Fremont? It converted from the Aladdin to Planet Hollywood.
Oh, that's what it was.
But am I thinking? You're not wrong in thinking that there's something that.
I thought it either went away or they redid it or they're building something new. Maybe they're. Oh no, that's Hard Rock. That's going to be over where
the Hard Rock is taking over the Mirage.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. And the space that's all blown up with the what do you call it here recently? That's maybe a baseball stadium, or do we know what that is yet?
Yes, where the Tropicana. It's going to be the Oakland A's or the Las Vegas A's stadium.
Got it. Okay.
And I saw a rendering of it, and it looks like there might have a similar designer to the Sydney Opera House because it's got that kind of cool overlapping leaves kind of thing.
Gotcha. On. Oh, okay. The PH, Planet Hollywood. I know right where that is. I'm looking at their main site. They really have rooms for $29. Are you kidding?
Wow.
Come on, that can't be right. This sounds so fake.
Dang. I think we have a new place we're going instead of the Plaza. Who hasn't emailed me back from my initial email to say, hey, anything going on these dates that I need to worry about?
Still haven't said anything?
No. Boy, I miss Bernadette.
No, Bernadette was a flash in the pan amazing rep, man. Yeah. She was so good. Gosh.
I saw it on your screen. The Black Eyed Peas are coming to Planet Hollywood, and they got Taboo. They were able to take Taboo away from his schedule for the Black Eyed Peas.
Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. They're also 50 Cent will be there in the club. Yeah,
he'll be in the club.
Yeah.
Body full of
I've never stayed here, so I don't know if it's any good or not. It's probably a dump. I have no idea.
I stayed there once when I had an emergency layover in Vegas. Basically, it was one of these days that I was going to fly in, fly out, and it wasn't the time I did TMS Vegas, but for whatever reason, the nighttime flight got canceled, and so I had to spend the night in Vegas, and I didn't bring anything with me because it was going to be, in and out, no extra clothes, no nothing. So I went and bought a toothbrush and toothpaste, deodorant, all that stuff, and the voucher. I used the voucher and an app called Hotel Tonight to get a really good deal on a room at Planet Hollywood. So I was in the room for maybe 6 hours because I had to get up and go at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So maybe I was in the room for 3 hours, actually, now that I say that. It was a Titanic themed room. So there was a coffee table, glass top coffee table with a life jacket in it and a big picture of the movie poster on the wall.
Yeah.
Like a shadow box that was filled with popcorn at the bottom.
Mm. Was there a DiCaprio corpse in the tub and it just laid in there?
He was floating in the tub. Yeah, exactly.
Wonderful.
Just had to brush him off to take a shower.
So this is the place where you go to see Chris Angel these days. Looks like Jeff Dunham.
Oh, really? He's not the Luxor anymore.
Huh. Apparently, according to this, also Larry the Cable Guy, the Scorpions, and who else? Teddy Swims. They're all coming there. I don't know who
Teddy Swims.
I don't know who that is.
He's
should I know who that is?
Really talented. He's really talented. Yeah, what I've been hearing.
He looks like
Teddy
Post Malone's brother or something. Look at that.
He's like skinny jelly. He's like half a jelly roll. Is what he is.
Well, I like what's inside him, so good. All right. Well, there's all the news you can stand, except for this final shout out to Martin, who says, "Hello, season pass and box set. Thanks for shouting out my little brother's big project on TMS. It always brings me a smile to my face when someone appreciates the cool thing he built. Glad to hear you're both enjoying realgood.com." He also asked me to confirm our shirt sizes, so you have another shirt to come.
You know what? It is my favorite shirt. Like it's cut perfectly. So
You're gonna have two then. You will have two of those perfect cut shirts.
Cool.
And I'll finally have one that I remember having. I'll finally have it. Anyway, yeah, I can't say enough about that site. This is not a paid endorsement. We love it. Realgood.com kind of changed how I consume media, so love it.
The name of the site is exactly the review I would give it. It's real good.
It's real good, except we'd misspell it. REEL is how you spell that, everybody at home. Yeah. All right, that's it for that. Let's get to some news. It's been sitting here just brewing on the stove. It's time to tell it, so here you go. Today's news brought to you by
Pale Tides, a game of folk horror and witchcraft, now on Kickstarter. A new horror role-playing game by Paul Scott Canavan. A pale moon rises, forgotten horrors stir. Gather your coven and prepare to hunt. He's not just a tadpooler, he's a freaking role-playing game-making genius. Get on board right now at tinyurl.com/Pale Tides.
Yeah, get in there, Pale Tides. It's he's awesome. He's already a great part of our community, but he's also kind of a genius. And I don't know why we have so many smart people who listen to the show. I don't get it. I don't get it. We're over here trying to figure out what bromine means, and we got doctors and lawyers and experts, and then this guy, artists, musicians. Who are we even?
Who are we? Who are we?
Who are we? What are we? Who are you?
Paul Scott Canavan. Do you have a sister or a cousin or somebody by the name of Wendy who married a guy named Mike Lucas? She's now Wendy Lucas, but she used to be a Wendy Canavan. So
might have a connection there.
Might be a connection. Yeah, be interesting.
That would be really cool.
I don't know how popular the Canavan name is.
I don't either. It's a cool. I'll bet it's a cool name. I mean, I know it's a cool name.
Canavans.
Yeah, a caravan of Canavans. Oh no, a Canavan is.
It's what a group of them are called, by the way.
Yeah.
A group of Canavans is called a caravan.
Yeah, and the new. It sounds like something like Dodge would make. The Dodge Canavan.
That's right.
You know, the hot new family vehicle.
To get out, you peel the top open.
Yeah, that's right. Like sardines.
Exactly.
I got a Walmart story for you where you might find something with a peel top. Yep.
Excellent.
It's good stuff. Walmart employee offers sinister explanation as coworker found baked to death in a walk-in oven. It's kind of dark. What happened here?
God, I was thinking pot, but now, no, not that kind of baked.
Different kind of baked to death for sure. A Walmart employee has given a new chilling explanation after her 19-year-old coworker was baked to death in a walk-in oven. Last week, the remains of Gershimran Carr, I think is how you say her name, resident of Halifax, Nova Scotia, was found deceased in one of the superstore's appliances. In an effort to understand the nature of the gruesome murder, it says here. I don't know if they know it's a murder yet. Maybe they're just assuming that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you don't...
It seems murdery.
You don't go into an oven. I mean, it could be a suicide, right? Yeah, you turn on the oven, you walk in, and you... Boy,
it could be, or it could have been somebody not knowing that it wouldn't open from the inside or something.
Yeah.
Because it was in the bakery, I think, is where this happened. Anyway. Current and former staffers at Walmart have been weighing in about the appliance, showing the inner workings of the superstore's bakery. It was the bakery. In one video, TikTok user Chris Breezy explains that the oven she used while working at Walmart turned on from the outside and that the door handle was really hard to open. I don't even know if I would fit in there, he says. I'm 5'1", medium build. I would have to crouch down to get in. Let's see. He also pointed out that there was an emergency latch located inside the oven. Or there was or wasn't? There was an.
I know. It was, but then they shouldn't have nor.
Yeah, the nor is jacked. What are you doing, themirror.com? Oh, that's our problem. Themirror.com.
See.
Nor are there any tasks that required a person to enter the oven physically. I would never have been in there whether I'm cleaning or not, she said, according to the employee. In order to lock, I said stock and lock. In order to lock the oven.
It's just smoking barrels.
It's a fun thing to say, stock and lock, right? It's fun.
Stock and lock, yeah.
But why say it when you're reading a thing? I don't know. I can't explain it.
I don't know either.
It says, you have to push the latch with all your might. Test your might. And pull the handle to the side to lock it in place. Yeah, there is no way possible anyone could lock themselves in there. So I guess this is why they think it's a murder. Because you can't.
Wow.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? That must have been horrifying.
That's horrifying. My gosh. And Halifax?
Yeah. What's going on,
geez.
Canada? I thought you guys were all like nice and everything up there.
Canada!
What's going on?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, explain yourselves. All right, here's one. Deaf mosquitoes stop having sex. That's good news.
Okay. It sounds like an order.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes, stop having sex.
Yeah. It's less of a statement of discovered fact and more of a command.
Right. Yeah.
Listen, all you mosquitoes who can't hear. I don't even know if you can hear this, but stop having sex. Anyway, scientists believe they found a quirky way to fight mosquito spread diseases such as dengue fever, yellow fever, and Zika, the Zika virus. I've heard of all these. By turning male insects deaf so they struggle to mate and breed. Mosquitoes have sex while flying in midair, and the males rely on hearing to chase down a female based on her attractive wing beats.
Yeah. How you doing?
How you doing, baby? When I used to go bar hopping,
love your beats.
Yeah, I would look for those wing beats. It sounds like,
hey man, my beats are back here.
It sounds like an extra at a restaurant they'll push you to buy. You want wing beats with that?
Wing beats? Yeah.
Yeah. They come in the combo. You may as well get them. I don't know.
Yeah. Deep fried wing beats.
Says the researchers did an experiment after a genetic pathway that they found that male mosquitoes use for this hearing. The result, they made no physical contact with females, even after 3 days in the same cage. Oh, wow.
I guess there are no women in here.
I'm done. I'm just going to bite my own ass and pull the blood out. It'll be fine. Mosquito, let's see. They're the ones, the male mosquito, or female mosquitoes rather, the ones that spread diseases. So in trying to prevent them from having babies would reduce overall numbers. Is that 100% true? The males don't spread anything?
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like it from the BBC. They're a reputable news source, unlike the Mirror.
Yeah, I do trust them. Of the two UK sources, both of which are UK based, I think I'll take the BBC's word over the other one.
Yeah, because I guess the female mosquitoes are the only ones that bite you. Male mosquitoes don't, right? Because they're not trying to. What's the deal? They're trying to. They thin your blood so that they can take some of it in and then use that.
Does that help them reproduce?
Warm their eggs or something? I don't know.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Oh, they want to. Claire says they want to lay eggs under your skin. Claire, are you an expert in insectoidology?
At least that's what the Irish mosquitoes do.
The Irish mosquitoes do so much more than anyone else's.
I know the thing that causes the bump is them putting like a little toxin into your skin that thins your blood so that they can extract some of it.
Right. Carter piped up. What? Entomology? No, I know that. What did I say? Insectoidology? I was screwing around with Claire.
Bugology.
I appreciate it, though. Yeah, I knew it was entomology. I had interest in being an entomologist for a hot minute.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to study bugs and insects. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I was also trying to do art and other things at the time, and it just seemed like, some people are always like, well, I'm thinking about going to theater, but also I wouldn't mind being a veterinarian. It was like that level of this other thing I might like.
Right.
Insects are fascinating. Yeah. It's too bad. I missed a whole chance to, find out how to make deaf bugs, I guess. Anyway, so this is the new way. Let's see. How did they do it, though? Targeted protein. Oh, I see.
That made the mosquitoes deaf, the males deaf.
Yeah. Which seems a little... I mean, we interfere with nature a lot because we're the dominant species here on the planet.
Sure.
This feels a little rough. I mean, I don't like mosquitoes, but
they're just doing enough of it to do the test to say, if we make these mosquitoes deaf, this handful of them or however many they have, then we can find out that they don't mate and they don't, diseases don't get spread. But this is this is something that could be very useful, not spreading things like the Zika virus or dengue fever or whatever.
Good point.
It means you're going to have far less mosquitoes, which whatever creature it is that eats those, that relies on those for the circle of life. The circle of life. Then you need to they need to find something else. You find something else to eat.
Yeah. Go find something else to eat. It's like a knock-on effect that I always worry about, but we never know until you do it, I suppose.
Exactly.
Maybe they'll learn sign language. That'll be the trick. They'll evolve, and a little mosquito in the corner of the cage going. And the other mosquito's like, yeah, let's get it on.
Be like,
I know. There you are. Come mount me in the air. Anyway.
Check my beats.
Yeah, look at my beats. They're pretty sweet.
My attractive beats.
That's going to do it for the news for now. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're doing some of this right here. Where is it? I put it in here.
Call now.
We're doing call now. That means that we're going to take your calls. We'll do it via the Discord. If you are not currently in the live Discord, TMS live stage, that's where we'll do it. You'll be able to raise a hand. We'll pull you in, and you can ask any question you want. All right? So that's coming up after this break. Brian, play that song.
Yeah, I've been to some of those Mosquito singles bars. They're a real beat market. Hey, let's go to a singer named Emmy, E-M-E-I. I think that's how you pronounce it. She has a brand new EP called Rabbit Hole. Comes out November 15th. That's a week from tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. And then she's going to have a tour in 2025 following a year of completely sold out shows. Spotify calls her an artist to watch in 2024. And I can see why. She's really, really good. Let's get to this song. This is the first single from her new EP. The single is called it's called Rabbit Hole.
Oh, nice. 9 rabbit holes.
It's called Rabbit Hole.
All right, cool. I like a good rabbit hole. Here it is. We'll be right back.
Now wherever there's carpet, blast off with Fun Slides, the amazing carpet skates that glide, slide, or ride. You decide. Race with them, play games with them, or just cruise with them. Fun Slides bring the good times inside. You don't have to be a pro, just strap them on and go, go, go.
Adult programming all day, every day, except in Florida and Utah.
We've returned. Tell me again who that was so I can seek them out.
You bet. This is Emmy, E-M-E-I, or Emai. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, but E-M-E-I. That is the new ballad, 9 Lives. I was right. Here's the problem, is that the label that sent it to me put the song title in the album spot and the EP title in the song title spot.
Oh.
Flippity flop.
Oops.
So my notes say, hey, it's 9 Lives from the EP Rabbit Hole, but my iTunes says something completely different.
Well,
but anyway, the song
great.
is called 9 Lives. That's Emai or
nice,
Emmy.
Nice, Emmy. If it's Emmy, then she should win an Emmy so that we can say Emmy won an Emmy. Or Emai won an Emmy even works pretty well. I kind of like that.
Perfect.
All right, guys, it's time for a little bit of...
Call now.
We haven't done this in a while, mainly because it's kind of hard. But if you're in our Discord right now and you're watching us live in there, again, it's the TMS live stage, and you have something to ask, just do the little request to speak thing. Basically, let you raise a little tiny hand in there, and then I get to say if you come in or not, and now we're going to do it. If you have a question, you have a thought, whatever it is, keep in mind, trying to avoid political discussions because you can get those anywhere. All right? You didn't come to TMS for that. You came here for something else. All right, so we're just waiting for somebody. Suddenly they're all chicken. There was like 100 hands earlier, and now nobody's raising their hand. I don't know what that's about.
Right,
I may just pull one of you in on purpose. Let's see.
That'll teach them.
Yeah,
That'll
right?
teach them.
Like we could see. You know what? Let's check in with the UK. Let's see what they're doing over there. I'm gonna pull Zoe in. See if she even has a mic. I don't know if she's set up or not. But Zoe, if you can hear us, join the fun and answer that call. And if you can't, well, that's fine too. But I want to. Oh, she has no mic. Well, all right. How about? Well, you know who wants to talk? Let's see who we
I
can
know
get
who
that.
wants to talk. I see a hand raised.
Hey, Claire, is that you? Claire, she's not on mic.
Unmute yourself.
There you are.
Working.
Hi.
I've hit accept.
There you are.
I've hit accept.
Yeah, we
I've
can
hit
hear you.
accept.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yes. So my thoughts on the stuff from the past couple of days. No.
Ah! Hang up. Just kidding. We know you're not going to ask us that. So what's going on? How you can't buy Mountain Dew anymore? How's that feel?
Well, actually, yeah. So I have an opinion on that. Where when I was in America, like last year, I nearly went into a full on cardiac arrest when I grabbed a drink at a petrol station and was like, oh, it's some fruity stuff. Yeah, sure, I'll grab something like this. something we don't get over here,
Mm-hmm.
and proceeded to have the shakes for like 5 hours.
Oh my
And
gosh.
just thought I was gonna like shit myself and like have a heart attack. And sure enough, I looked at the can and went and Googled it, and the can itself, can't remember what it was now, it was some pink thing, but it had more caffeine in the can than is legally allowed for your daily allowance over here. Like
my
your
gosh.
whole daily allowance.
Of
and probably
caffeine.
had loads of sugar in it as well.
But we're talking about caffeine. What is your daily allowance of caffeine? Do you know what the number is? I'm just curious. I want to compare them.
Off the top of my head, no. Let's ask my little friend here. How much caffeine? See, I don't know everything off the top of my head, Brian. I use ChatGPT in case you're like, how does Claire know how to debug dark mode and Safari?
Well, she doesn't. She doesn't because nothing you've told me works. I'm still in light mode. Even though if I go to Google Drive and I choose, settings there, it says everything's in dark mode, but for whatever reason, Sheets does not.
Yeah, I think Sheets like forces it or something. It's weird. You have to use them.
400 milligrams, apparently.
Yeah. That's what the Mayo
then
Clinic
each
says
drink-
too. And that's about that's no more than 4 cups of coffee. So I'm trying to see what that equivalates to if you took like a
And also, your drinks are like bigger anyway. Like your cans are like a whole freaking liter, whereas over here, a can of something's like 330 milliliters.
Yeah.
Our cans are. We just have some big cans of things. Like Arizona comes in a way bigger can, and
I do like the Arizona iced teas that we can get over here.
Those are
'cause,
pretty good.
They're like fruity, but they're not caffeine ones. They're just like the iced teas.
Yeah.
So the watermelon stuff is nice.
Let's see. It says here too if you're taking any ephedrine or thilamine or
I don't know what the heck that is.
yeah, I know, but they're like supplements. So if you're taking those and drinking a lot of caffeine, you'll like amplify the effects. It says according to the Mayo Clinic.
Right, yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe it's like how I'm not supposed to have alcohol now that I'm on sertraline, which is like a happy brain drug.
Sure.
Maybe it kind of has a similar effect to like back when I used to drink and also took that, where it was like, oh shit, who gave the crazy bitch extra crazy?
Hey, speaking of which, what's your new job? We hear you got a new job. What are you doing?
Yeah, I got a new job. I'm doing like IT support stuff. So yeah, starting Monday.
That's great.
And unfortunately, I'll be missing like the first hour of the show unless I get to sneak my earbuds in at 4.
Sure.
But yeah.
Sure. No, that's great though. I'm excited for you. What you don't have to say with who, but I assume it's some big international technical conglomerate of some sort.
No, they're actually like a small enough company that's Irish. So yeah, and they do like building-y stuff, but I'm like doing their IT side of things.
Well, know this while you're working there. If you experience headache, insomnia, nervousness, irritability, frequent urination, or inability to control urination, fast heartbeat, or muscle tremors, you may have too much caffeine in your system.
Well, that's a shame because I piss myself all the time.
Oh, no! That's not good. Well, Claire, I wish you the best. That's awesome. I didn't know you had a job change. That's really exciting.
Yeah. No, thanks, guys.
When do you start?
Yeah, I'll miss you.
When do you start? When's your first day?
Monday.
Oh.
Literally Monday. And I'm having to get up at 7. No, I have to leave the house at 7. I have to get up at 6. Whereas, like, before my last job, I was struggling to even make it to my meeting at 10 a.m.
Oh, jeez.
on my laptop right next to me. But, like, I have to go into the office, so...
Yeah,
it'll be grand. It'll be grand.
It'll be great. You'll get used to it, and then you'll be like Brian and I, where we can't sleep past 6 anyway. It'll just work out.
Yeah.
I'd
Exactly.
love to sleep in. A sleep in would be so nice.
Oh, it'd be so nice.
I can't do it anymore.
You guys have the worst bosses, though. You know, you should really have words with your bosses and be like, it's just not working out. You know, I need a raise. I need some time off.
Our bosses are dicks. I'll say that.
I have a lifetime contract with mine, so I can't. It's inescapable.
Yeah.
There's no escape clause in my contract.
Listen, Brian, I don't know if this is true of you, but my boss insists on holding my wiener when I have to pee. I don't know about yours. All kinds of stuff like that.
Always watching when I'm on break.
Yeah, always watching. Always he wipes me when I need him for the other business. He's the worst, dude. I don't recommend it. Claire, have a fantastic time. Enjoy Monday, and we'll talk to you later. Okay, there she goes into the audience.
Cool.
Oh, Tally wants in. Should we let her in? Let's see what she has to say.
Always.
Always let Tally in the door. Tally, welcome all the way from Canada. How the heck are you?
Yeah. Okay. 500 milligrams is generally the threshold for starting to see negative side effects of caffeine intake, but that varies wildly between person to person.
Yeah.
Around 1,000 milligrams, you start to undergo what people call caffeine psychosis, and then above 1,500 milligrams is about where you start to see toxicity.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, really? 1,500. Okay.
This is very general guidelines because caffeine, well, what was called like the caffeine processing basically, but like bioavailability, like is the actual available amount in your system. It varies heavily between people, and the half-life also varies heavily between people. So half-life can be 2 hours to 9 hours.
So tell me more about the psychosis bit. What are the signs? What do you notice about it?
Tell me some good
it's like
we look forward to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's actually, you'd have to probably try to hit that limit considering most half-lives.
Yeah.
And so like the people like me who sometimes pound like 24 ounces of coffee and then go into 2 monsters maybe are bumping up on that.
Oh my gosh,
but
that's
yeah,
a lot. Jeez Louises.
Rare condition that can cause psychotic symptoms like delusion, paranoia, and hallucinations.
Wow. What if I have
and it's
just
worse if you have schizophrenia?
What if it's just hallucinations? What if it's just that?
If it's just hallucinations, then you're probably just an artist.
Okay, cool. That's. I think that explains a lot. I appreciate that. I mean, you're here to educate us, obviously, but once in a while you have a question. Do you have any questions?
Oh, well, no, that was my Horseshack response to you guys talking about caffeine. I'm just like,
oh my gosh! Ask your uncles, everybody. That reference. That's amazing. I love that. That's great. Bringing in some welcome back Cotter vibes. I don't know how to thank you for that. That's amazing.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
I will just say that there's like a small pocket of generational bridging because at least my time, I grew up on Nick at Night.
Yeah.
And the brief period where Cartoon Network was only showing Hanna-Barbera reruns. So that's why I think Scooby-Doo and things like, Nick at Night level things maybe have longer staying power because of like the weird influence they've had on kids' childhood.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think like in Nick's case, my kids' case, they watch things like even older things like the Andy Griffith Show and the Dick Van Dyke Show and these kind of things. And it's stuff I didn't even watch as a kid. I might see a rerun here or there. But because they have that stuff now, I feel like they have even a weirder mix of old and new.
I mean,
generationally,
with the internet, it gets weirder. But like my whole point is that like I was passively like I had nothing on at night. It was either infomercials or reruns of I Love Lucy. So that's why I know about my Vitamin is because I was watching, at 7 years old, I Love Lucy because there was either that or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, there are worse things in life than that.
Yeah. You'd be watching Breaking Bad at that age, and just imagine how much worse that would be.
You can have a kid just going like, Heisenberg.
Yeah, Heisenberg. I like that.
Heisenberg.
Well, it's always good to talk to you. And
I do have one more thing.
Please.
Sure.
Yeah, please.
So, the bot's getting more and more streamlined and everything. So I will put the call out for people to suggest the snarky responses.
Oh yeah, I love them so far. So there's a lot of like
too.
memey TMS stuff in these responses. For those at home, I don't know what we're talking about. When you're here live, you can submit titles live on the show. And thankfully, with a combination of the amazing work of BioCow and now Tally on top of that, we have this really good system of doing it in YouTube and through Discord and this sort of stuff. What's fun about it is when you put in a submission, the bot will reply to you in some goofy way. And right now, it's full of these like TMS memes, and they're wonderful. But if you have any suggestions, even if you're not here live and you just want to suggest something, send them in, and I'll pass them to Talia, and then she'll, integrate them, as it were.
Just, explosive tip, fart gas. I should do a poo bag lady one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that one's that's a classic. Doesn't get much better. I think we peaked with that story, to be honest.
Oh, God, that was a hallmark.
It was pretty good. Tally, have a fantastic time. May Canada bring you weed. Talk to you later. Bye. All right. I think they do automatically, don't they? It's like a state thing where you just request
it's just included. Yeah, for sure.
Pretty sure that's how it works. If you would like to call us, just be in that room. And we have, looks like Ian, our old pal, I Am Sci-Fi.
Hey.
Ian, are you there?
I am here. Can you actually hear me for once?
We can absolutely hear you. Yeah. For whatever reason, this is the prime way to get you. So I'm glad you're here, man.
Excellent. I love that Tally started talking caffeine like the minute that I aeropressed my cup of coffee. So that was that was good timing.
Yeah.
Oh, I love an AeroPress. Oh,
explain an AeroPress and remind me what that is. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, so an AeroPress is like a single serve French press. So if you just want one cup of coffee, you set it up the same way you would set up a French press, only it's just the one. You don't have to worry about having 8 cups of hypercaffeinated coffee. It's just one at a time, and it uses less grounds, and it just makes a nice smooth cup.
Okay,
and it's super fast as opposed to like a pour over, which is also a single cup thing where you just sit there and pour and wait for the hot water to make its way through. It's like you're forcing the coffee.
So you squirt. There's some kind of handle on it, and you mush it down. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a cocking gun for coffee, and it forces the hot water through the through the grounds, and you get your coffee.
And
really
the best part is that it basically creates like this puck of coffee afterwards. You can literally just press the AeroPress down further, and you get rid of all your grounds. So.
Oh, that sounds all right. We probably have one, and I just don't know it. Because Kim likes a good fancy Frenchy hoo-ha, I'm just like, is that a chai? I'll drink it. Whatever. It'll warm me on these cold days. Ian, any other thought? Oh, what's the weather like in New York right now, by the way? Is it cold?
The weather is ridiculously hot in New York. It's going to get colder, but we've had record highs the past couple of days. It's been like 78. Today it's 72, and I want it to stop and be fall already.
Yeah. Well, as someone who is in the thick of fall, we're at 35. Brian, you were as low as 18, you were saying. Pretty low.
18, yeah. What is it right now? It's 30, up to 30 right now.
That's crazy. Las Vegas is only 53. That tells you, and that place is so hot normally. I wouldn't be all right. I mean, their high is their high is 61 is all. That's crazy.
Wow.
St. George is 44. Holy shit.
Oh my
Stay
God!
inside, everybody.
Anyway, hey Ian, have a fan.
What I
go
wanted
ahead.
to ask you guys is, I don't know if you've gotten the latest Mario Party Jamboree.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It is a lot of fun. I think it's the most fun I've had with a Mario Party game in years. They stepped up their game. The new courses are super fun. There's a mall level where you're basically going through the mall, and it has multiple levels to it. And there's a turn where everything is half price, and you're collecting stamps and stuff. They really upped their game for the first time in what I feel like is years.
My biggest complaint with those games, the Mario Party games I've played in the past anyway, were so luck based on the board side of it, and it just was so much RNG. It was just rolling dice. Now that's not a bad thing for a board game. That's kind of the idea of a board game, but I always wish that they would narrow some of that down to be a little less luck and a little more choices. That your choices mattered. Certainly in the mini games they do, because you got to be good to beat the mini games.
Skill-based. Yeah.
Right, and that's fun. Those are a riot no matter what. If you got 2 or more people, it's super fun. But that's a good review. I'll have to think about it.
Is that remote playable? I know you can put it up on the TV and everybody's got a Joy-Con and do their little things with a Joy-Con, but can you play remotely with a bunch of people
online?
Yes, you can. Yeah, as long as they have Jamboree as well, you can. Yeah, then you're able to go online and play boards and stuff like that. That's been built in since 2 Mario Parties ago, and it's still able to be done with this one. So,
there it is, multiplayer online. You do have to subscribe to their online service to do it though. So there's that.
Yeah.
Up to 20 players online. 20 people.
Yeah.
Oh,
20
really?
people. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Yeah. That's one of the mini game only ones though. So not a full board of Mario Party, but you can get together and play this Bowser run where you have up to 20 different people involved.
You know what they need to do? This is something Nintendo will never do, but here's what I want them to do. Put a PC compilation out of all your favorite mini games. Hell, even sell me DLC with extras. I don't care. I'll pay it. Have this 20-player mode. Let us play it the way we do on our play dates. We would play the shit out of this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, dude. All right, they're never going to do it, so I don't know why I'm getting excited. Nintendo doesn't do this.
You never know.
Maybe Switch 2, baby.
That said, I'd pick this up if we knew that we would have enough people to play a game for Playdate, and it'd be fairly exclusive because you have to have the game and subscribe to the service, the online service. I would totally be down for doing a Playdate of Mario Party Jamboree.
Yeah, I'd say if we had 10 or more people that had it, I would do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a Switch and I have the online thing, so I would do it. But
I would undock my Switch for that.
Your Switch. All right, Ian, it's always good to talk to you, man. I hope you stay warm and then cold. And
Thank you.
Yeah, if you need anything from us, well, you know where to find us. We'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
I really like this method of pulling people in when they want in.
Great.
You
Yes.
never know.
Yes.
All right, we got one here from, let's see. Let's pull in Raven. Yeah, I think Raven was first.
Yeah.
Raven CTG. Welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
We sure can. How are you?
Hello.
I'm surprisingly good today.
Oh, that's
Yesterday
good.
was rough,
You know
but-
what? I'm grateful that you called in and brought a female voice to this sausage party we're having today. Okay. Oh, I guess Claire was here. Oh, Claire and Talia. Yeah, Talia and Claire. Sorry. They're just. I think of them as. I call them both dude all the time. I don't think of them as the bringing in the feminine card. But you're here now, and we love having you here. So what's going on, Raven?
Aw, thanks.
Yeah.
First off, what a wonderful week for me to pick to make my comeback to the show. Doing my thing.
We are so glad to have you back here.
And the support that the Tadpole gets is amazing. So thank you guys for that.
Well,
and I'm
you're
trying to
welcome.
be quiet because my voice is echoing in the hall here at work.
Your work and that cool. Oh my God, the coolest workspace ever.
I'm telling you, I have the dream job. I work for the dream team. Y'all come visit me. I'm not joking.
I want to.
I'm not going to do it during November, but I might come in like spring or fall or summer.
Yeah.
So they've joked with me that I brought the Ohio weather with me to Minnesota because it is still like we got that freak snowstorm on Halloween, but it's all gone again. And it's like, I think it's like 40 out right now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Wow. Wendy was just talking to me yesterday about this. They don't understand why the weather is not normal there.
Yeah. They keep blaming it on me. So Wendy can blame it on me because we moved in July and just brought it with us.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
and I think we're in the same area too. So
we're planning a trip out there sometime next year, and I will make sure to make that part of our trip because we're going out. We're just going to see Wendy and them, but little meetups here and there. That'd be great.
We're right here in the Twin Cities. So
nice.
But so I am approaching the end of my 10th playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, and I think I'm finally going to play it, put it to bed. I say this every time.
Wow.
But
wow,
I have been looking at Dragon Age, and I just wondered if either of you have played it or had any idea or feelings about it.
So I'm about 7 or 8 hours in, something like that. And it is very good in some ways. In a couple of ways, it leaves me a little wanting. And like on core today, we're going to get deep into where my beefs are. But I'll give you the short of it. The gameplay, the visuals, the moment-to-moment mechanics of the game are really good. Like they kind of nailed what I liked about the previous game. Real strong in those areas. Where it struggles mostly is dialogue delivery. And some would say, well, I don't think the story, if the story was better, that would feel like less of a problem. I'm not convinced. I think the overall story is okay, but there are a bunch of characters in here that are quippy and annoying as all get out. Like I cannot stand being around some of them. They drive me crazy. Other than that, though, I think it's good. It's a good, fun thing. The hard part is comparing it, anything really, not just this game, but any RPG that comes out since Baldur's Gate 3 has so much to live up to. And they can't. It's just not possible for them to do it. So don't know that going in, but I'm having a great time with it. It's fun.
I went into Baldur's Gate with big hesitation because I am D&D through and through. Mm-hmm. So I had my reservations, and I'd never played anything that they had put out before
Larian.
Oh God, Larian had put out before. Yeah. So like I said, I had my reservations. I'm very picky about how you do your D&D rules, and they just hit everything.
Yeah.
All the way down to like the voice actors still to this day. They love those characters so much that it just, I can watch Asterian's scene over and over and over. I'm not going to do any spoilers in case nobody's ever seen it, but the way that Neil did that scene, and it just brings chills and tears to me every time.
Yeah, it's so good. It's like you're going to miss some of that with this one. But if you know that going in, you're going to be fine. Like if you're looking for a good time, a good romp. If you like the color purple, that'll help too. And I don't mean the movie. I mean the actual color purple.
I heard it's very dark.
Yeah, it can be. It's both dark and brighter than their previous games at the same time. It's kind of hard to explain. It's a weird motif. It's a lot more of a positive take. Your party members, I wish they did infight like they did in Inquisition, but they're a little more friendly. And it's annoying sometimes. It's hard to explain. I like friendly, but the way they're doing this is a little weird. But if you go in at least knowing that you're not going to get Baldur's Gate style level of storytelling and acting, that you're just going to get something that's, serviceable and works for the story, then you'll be fine. You'll have a good time with it. I'm enjoying it.
Well, thank you. That helps me justify the $70 I have to drop on.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's freaking expensive.
Wow.
It's a big commitment. Welcome to the AAA price hike, everybody. Good stuff.
Yeah. Being an Xbox person too.
Yeah,
so
sure.
But yeah. Well, thanks guys. And you bring a smile to my face every time I get to hear you guys.
Oh, thanks, Raven.
Always happy
Thank you
to
for
do
being
that.
there for us.
Yeah, well, thank you for being there also. We'll talk to you soon. Oh, I should have mentioned to her, and if she's still listening and anyone else is listening, there's a contest happening on the Discord right now and giveaways for 2 copies of Dragon Age of Veilguard, the new game. One is for Steam, the other is for Xbox. So, Raven, make sure you get in on that. At least sign up for it. I don't know how many people have done it so far, but probably a fair amount. Let me just take a quick look. We have 153 entries so far for the Steam version, 73 for the Xbox version. And on Core, we'll be making a larger announcement about that, and that'll run through Sunday. So if you're all looking to get a free copy of that, it might be the way to go. That's going to do it for today's show. Before we get out of here, a couple of things. Brian, we haven't talked yet, but what's your big plan for Coverville today?
Coverville, as mentioned earlier this week, is going to be a tribute to Q, Quincy Jones, incredible producer, produced Michael Jackson's Thriller album, as well as Off the Wall and Bad. Like he worked with Michael for quite a while, but there's only one song that he actually has a writing credit on that's on Thriller, and we're going to hear a cover of that one. Of course, a cover of the Austin Powers theme, a cover of Superstition by Quincy Jones. There's a lot of great stuff in today's show. So, of course, a cover of the Sanford and Son theme called The Street Beater, which was written by Quincy Jones.
I forgot that was him. I love that theme. It's one of my favorites.
It goes all the way back to Leslie Gore, It's My Party, and like produced all the way stuff as old as that. He's around in the production space behind the boards for such a long time. So a lot of great covers of and by Quincy Jones today.
Nice. Go check that out. Also, Core will happen today. We have moved to a new time, ladies and gentlemen. It is no longer in the evening, so to work around a very busy father schedule on John's side, we have moved it up every Thursday from the previous time of 5 p.m. Mountain Time. It is now at noon Mountain Time every Thursday from here until perpetuity. The only downside of that is that it kind of bumps into when Brian is used to recording. I hate that part of this, but it's the only time we could find.
You know what? I still had a packed house last week when I did the Daryl Hall Low and Ween show. So
good.
There's enough audience for both of us out there, of course.
Of course, that's wonderful to hear. Because I hate that it landed there.
And you can listen to both at the same time. Listen to music in the background of Scott, John, and Bo.
Yeah, that's one of the signs of caffeine overdose. So careful out there, everybody. If you can listen to two things at once.
Exactly.
Core. So at noon today, right here at frogpants.tv, the Skim episode is also coming this weekend. It will either be Friday or Saturday. Kim and I are just locking down a time, but we're going to be live for that one. So keep your eye on the schedule. TMS Friday tomorrow. Me and Brian back here doing it in the Discord room for all the Patreon folks. If you are not a patron, you can sign up even today and be here live tomorrow if you want. It's an immediate thing, and you'll also get the back episodes of TMS Fridays. So please be here for that. We're going to have a contest. We're going to have some fun. It's going to be great. So far, I'm loving how Fridays are feeling. So you guys
Yeah,
get in
me
there.
too. And I will have a movie review. I've not talked about it, but I'm seeing a movie tonight at the Draft House. For those of you keeping track, that's 2 in 1 week.
Yeah.
But I'll have a review of a movie, and I won't say what it is until tomorrow.
All right, no hints. You guys got to come to see and find out for yourselves.
Gotta find out for yourself.
Yep, that's tomorrow. Oh, and time-wise, to be in the Discord is 9 a.m., same as our normal start for Mountain Time, showtime.
Right.
Play Retro tomorrow at 1:30. Of course, Dunaway and I getting together for that. And then me, Dunaway, Ibbett, and of course, Randy Jordan, the recently birthdayed Randy Jordan, getting together this weekend for Ridley Scott's 2010 Robin Hood take, which I have yet to see. So this is going to be interesting.
I do already have an idea for my song this week, but I'm not going to say what it is. But
Brian Adams. Just kidding.
It'll be good. Yeah.
It won't be his. Remember that thing? We still haven't done that one. That movie. We got to get that done at some point.
No.
Get all the Robin
Hood
Hoods.
Men in Tights. We got to do. We did veto that Robin and Marion thing with the dude from Sleeping with the Enemy. I know that was the first veto we ever had. Brian watched it and said, "Guys, we're not doing this for Film Sack."
Yeah, wasn't that wasn't Sean Connery? What am I thinking of? Was that Sean Connery?
No, was it Sean Connery in there as well? I know that the dude from Sleeping with the Enemy is
I can't think of who that is.
Was Robin Hood in that one. 1976. Let's see if Sean Connery is in it as well. Yeah, okay, maybe it wasn't Robin and Marion then.
Let's see.
Because
Robin
that
and
is
Marion.
the Sean Connery one.
76.
What's the there was one that had the dude from let's see here. Hold on a second.
Sean Connery is Robin Hood, Audrey Hepburn is Marion, Nicole Williamson, Little John, Robert Shaw.
Patrick Bergen. So Patrick Bergen is your dude from Sleeping with the Enemy, and he played Robin Hood in...
Oh, you're right. You're 100% right. It's just not called this.
It's just called Robin Hood. 1991 Robin Hood.
Yeah, that one did get... I think maybe both these got bumped. Maybe we
were going to do Robin and Marion. That's really funny.
I have some memory of that, and then somebody said, "No, it's not good. Don't do it."
How many freaking Robin Hoods do we need, man?
I
Jeez.
know, right? It's got a cool Drew
This one had,
Struzan cover, which is always fun.
Uma Thurman has made Marion in this one.
Oh my gosh, what was she? 10? Holy hell!
Well, it's 1991. Yeah, I mean she was. Yeah.
Oh, that was 91. This looks so much older than 91. Weird.
It looks so much older than 91. Yeah.
We may have to get around to it at some point. Sorry, Dunaway. It's coming back. Anyway, Film Sack this weekend. Robin Hood, 2010's Robin Hood. Let's see if it's as bad as everyone said at the time, or if we find some retribution for Mr. Ridley Scott.
Hard to complain about a Ridley Scott thing. I think I'm going to enjoy it. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with it.
I think I am too, because I'm less picky these days. I'm just sort of more open about stuff. So let's do it.
Sure.
Let's watch it.
And Jeannie says, how many Spider-Men do we need? And the answer to that is all of them.
All the Spider-Men you have.
All the Spider-Men.
Like your eggs and bacon. All right, that's it for the show. Frogpants.com/TMS is the place to go for everything else. Don't forget to get your song requests in and all that fun stuff. We're getting ready for a new year. All these things are fun. Holidays coming. We're trying to be a place for you to go as a refuge and a place to hang out and laugh and have a good time. We hope we've done that today and in perpetuity. Brian, let's play a song to keep them most happy at the end here.
For sure. Oh, this is going to make everybody happy, but especially at least 3 people that I know. 2 of them listeners that I got to hang out with in Savannah a month ago. Amy Robinson writes in and says, "Hey, Scott and Brian, this Thursday, November 7th, my youngest child, Julia, turns 18 years old."
Oh, shit, that means this.
Let's party!
We haven't used that in so long, I had to find it.
I know.
Damn.
In honor of this incredibly kind, smart, and talented young lady that she has grown into, I would love it if you would play any Pink cover, either by or of Pink, that you feel would be appropriate. Julia, I love you, and I'm always proud of you. Love, Mom.
Aww.
Thanks, guys, and help me through my workdays with sanity still bouncing around in there somewhere. Scott, please play the "You Can Eat Rice" clip.
I can do that.
And so much more.
Hold on, that's not it. I thought that was it. Here it is.
Dump.
Nope. Here it is.
Then you can eat rice!
I knew it was in there. Just had to find it.
Love the show, though. Amy Red Fraggle Robinson.
Nice.
Well, Amy, happy to oblige. And Julia is one of those TikTok accounts that I get emails for all the time saying, you should probably, a lot of people in your group follow Julia. Elk as well. You should follow her too, but I haven't. I don't do TikTok. I probably should.
I get it. No, you don't. I don't think you need to do it. It's fine. But plus, I think isn't it going to get banned? Isn't that everyone's going to ban it? Isn't that still happening, or is it not happening now?
I don't know. See, that's another thing. Do I want to even make the commitment and say, okay, all right, I'm going to start working on my algorithm. By the way, it's leaving the App Store in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Now there's somebody's just sent me a message saying, I don't know who this is. Oh, it's a number I should recognize. It was saying that it may not get banned now because that was some promise that the now elected new person, trying not to say his name.
They promised that to Elon.
Yeah, something like that. Or maybe not to Elon, but maybe it was just like a thing to get the kids to vote or something. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
Well, regardless, let's get to a great Pink song. This is one of her very uplifting anthems about never doubting yourself, never pushing yourself to the back burner, basically never letting yourself think that you're less than perfect. And the song is called Less Than Perfect, if you haven't figured it out by now. Here is the band Carmen, who do amazing stripped down acoustic covers, and their take on Pink's Less Than Perfect.
Those pants are made for frogging, if you know what I mean. I actually don't. I don't even know what I mean. Frogpants.com.
Where to now, Romeo?
Where to now, Romeo? I got ice in my mouth. You ever drink out of a thing that had ice and one slipped through? You know?
Yep, I do that all the time, and I